You did this to us.
Hey there, Man Fam. We are here at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon because you asked us to be.
We did a video over at Universal's Volcano Bay Water Park, and a lot of you requested a comparison to the Disney water park, so here we are.
We're gonna slide some slides, eat some eats, get in the wave pool, and ultimately check out what Typhoon Lagoon has to offer.
But first, coffee.
Oh, please.
A big thank you to our friends at Undercover Tourist for sponsoring today's video. Undercover Tourist is the largest authorized seller of discounted theme park tickets, and that does include all of the Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Orlando, Universal Studios Hollywood, and most applicable for this video, the water parks here at Disney. You can save $8 a ticket by purchasing them with Undercover Tourist versus directly through Disney, which, you know what, that adds up quick, and you can get yourself an ice cream sundae in a bucket, which is exactly what we're gonna be doing later.
Now, one-day tickets for Disney's water parks are $78.81 after tax. Now, there are discounts available for annual pass holders and DVC. We paid, through Undercover Tourist, $70.34, so a savings of $8 there. You can also save by adding it to a multi-day ticket with the Park Hopper Plus option, which is also available on Undercover Tourist. And in 2025, you will get water park access on your first day of check-in as a perk of being a Walt Disney World Resort guest, which means you can kick off your vacation with a splash.
Whenever I see nautical flags, I assume they're telling me a message, because that is the point after all. And a quick Google let me learn that this says, "Welcome to Typhoon Lagoon," with nautical flags. Thanks, flags. I do feel welcome. Now, Typhoon Lagoon is Disney World's first water park. It opened up in 1989, and it is themed to a pristine paradise location that has been ravaged by a huge typhoon. You'll see things like boats knocked over and chaos around, including the centerpiece of the park, the Miss Tilly shrimp ship, sitting on top of Mount Mayday overlooking the huge water park. You're also maybe gonna see a few things of Laguna Gator. He's the park's mascot. He actually came out second though. When Blizzard Beach opened up in 1995, their mascot Ice Gator was such a big hit that they decided to make his brother Laguna Gator be the proprietor here at Typhoon Lagoon. You used to be able to meet him as like a character meet and greet, but unfortunately that hasn't been around for a long time, but I wish it was. Cast members are the best. It's weird that they spelled iced coffee wrong.
First up, and essential for a water park is a towel. So we're going to be renting ours. If you are a Walt Disney World Resort guest, those towels will be rented for free. If you are a day guest, then those towels will be $2 per person. Singapore Sal's is the main merchandise location at Typhoon Lagoon, where you can find things for your swimming, like swimwear, sandals, swimsuits, etc., as well as some exclusive merchandise to Disney's Typhoon Lagoon and the water parks, plus just some of your standard Disney merch.
Now, a lot of the merchandise here is beach themed or Stitch themed, like Stitch Loungefly. This very cute Minnie Mouse terry cloth set. Gotta get this back on here. I'm not trying to make the cast members' lives harder. But also, as Alan said, ooh, I got distracted by Pride Stitch. He's very cute. But also, as Alan said, there is some exclusive Typhoon Lagoon water park stuff, like this Stitch hat, Blizzard Beach water shirt, Crush and Gusher shirt. That's the water coaster. We'll be on that soon. Typhoon Lagoon water bottle. Another Blizzard Beach shirt. Where's all the Typhoon stuff? Now, I will say, Blizzard Beach is closed right now for refurbishments, so that might be why they have some of that merch here. But that's all the exclusive Typhoon stuff I'm seeing. Oh wait, I lied. This is also Typhoon Lagoon specific.
Just chilling.
There is a full Joffrey's cart here, which I appreciate because you can get Shaky Jamaica here, which is good for me. But I've lost Alan, and I don't know where he went. But I might have to drink both of these Shaky Jamaicas before he gets back. Wait a minute. What does he have? What did you do?
I got donuts. They're fresh made. They're literally falling apart and coated in straight up sugar. That is cakey and delicious. Made fresh to order. You get them from a special cart here. It's a water park specialty. You can get some dipping sauces for these if you so desire. I chose to just go with the sugar topping. But this is a bite-sized bit of deliciousness. You want to try?
Donuts and a water park.
Sorry? You want to try?
Next, you're going to tell me Ursula's in the wave pool.
Ursula's in the wave pool. All right, we've gotten our coffee. So we started off strong.
With coffee, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
The donuts.
They were delicious.
They do smell good. I will say. It was like, they're making them right there. And like Alan said, you can only get those at the water park.
So good.
It's like the way to lure you in. Not me, but, you know, someone.
All right. What we're going to do next is purchase a locker, much like we did for our Volcano Bay video, because, you know, technology and sand and water don't typically go hand in hand.
So we're mostly going to use our phones for this because phones are waterproof and also you can put a little case on it. So if the quality is just a little bit different, just know it's because we're using our phones. And also, nothing says creep like walking around a water park with a big camera.
Yeah, it's super awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to not be creeps.
Yeah. First up, we are headed to Crushin' Gusher, which is the water coaster. This slide has a 48-inch height requirement, and there are 3 different tracks. Some of them are single tube, and some of those are double. What are we gonna do, double tube this one?
Obviously.
Yeah, of course. Do you think we're gonna do this alone?
No.
Yeah, we gotta tackle this together.
Thank you.
You look so happy.
Why? Why do I have to carry my own inner tube?
Well, they just don't have the conveyor belt.
Why?
Crushin' Gusher is themed after being an old fruit factory, which is why you have the 3 different tracks named after different fruits that were gathered here. The Pineapple Plunger, the Coconut Crusher, and the Banana Blaster. Imagine after a typhoon, you think to yourself, you know what we could do with this factory? We could have people slide down the conveyor belts.
And yet, they couldn't use those conveyor belts to carry these inner tubes?
No. We have decided to go on Banana Blaster because we've read that it is the most intense slide. You're crushing right now. You're crushing before we get on the Crushin' Gusher.
Oh, good. Stairs. Tried to kill me, I'm pretty sure.
My knee impacted your head.
Well, officially soaking wet.
Yeah, that was fun.
I, despite all of my griping about carrying the inner tubes and going upstairs, which are 2 of my main complaints about water parks, that's a fun coaster. As far as water slides go, that's very fun.
It was also a lot more intense than I remember.
Yeah, from what I've read online, that's the one we did is the most intense. So your mileage may vary on which one you go on. I believe the middle one is the least intense if you want to start there.
Yeah.
But I will admit, that was fun.
And here we have Typhoon Tilly's, where you can get, as advertised, soda, swirl, snacks, ice cream, and, most importantly, Dole Whip. They actually have their own exclusive flavor here, green matcha tea. Sounds tasty. If you like that kind of thing, I will not be enjoying it. Not because I have any sort of ill feelings towards matcha, but I have my eye on a bucket full of ice cream. Typhoon Tilly's is the 2nd largest quick service restaurant here in Typhoon Lagoon and serves things like chicken tenders, fried fish, salad, and sandwiches.
We're trying to knock out a few more slides before we start eating, but I do need to highlight that they have maybe the coolest zipper I've ever seen here. Look at this thing. It's a Miss Tilly, the ship on top of Mount Mayday, as a zipper. That's pretty legit.
You've never been happier.
Did you know that the anti-shark cage was invented by a shark attack survivor?
Oh!
Yeah, he's one of my heroes. Yeah, Rodney Fox, he is a shark attack survivor from Australia who, if you've ever looked at shark stuff, and he's even in Jaws, he's got that like huge, massive bite from a great white. But instead of hating sharks like many people do, he thought they were interesting and he decided to learn about them and he became a conservationist. He developed like the modern version of a shark cage. And now I'm sad because I'm remembering when you could actually swim with sharks here at Typhoon Lagoon at Shark Reef. There used to be a small reef that you could snorkel over with little sharks and rays swimming at the bottom, and they got rid of it. Next up, Misadventure Falls. Welcome to Misadventure Falls. This is the newest water slide here at Typhoon Lagoon. Now, it doesn't have a height requirement, but no babies can ride. The rule is that anyone who's riding has to be able to sit up, hold themselves up, and hold on. So infants obviously don't qualify. There are 3 to 4 people per raft. And great news, if you're smaller than 3 to 4 people, you're getting grouped with strangers. Everyone loves touching wet strangers.
Misadventure Falls is themed after the adventures of Captain Mary Oceaneer, who is also a member of the fictional adventure society, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, or SEA. Get it? Under the SEA quarterly?
There's the
Nice.
logo right there,
We have
too.
the logo right there. Now, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers has notable members such as Indiana Jones and Harrison Hightower, who just so happens to bear a striking resemblance to one Joe Rohde. The Society of Explorers and Adventurers has a lot of lore to it and is part of many beloved attractions, including the Jungle Cruise and in Tokyo Disney Sea, their version of Tower of Terror.
In fact, at Tokyo Disney Sea, Tower of Terror doesn't take place at the Hollywood Hotel like it does here. It takes place in the Hightower Hotel, which was owned by SEA member Harrison Hightower. SEA has its roots from the Adventures Club at the now extinct Pleasure Island, but it's really fun and it's one of those Disney backstories, lores that you can read so much information about, and it's fun to look for the Easter eggs literally all around the world. Alan is having a good time.
The size of a barge swallows us up.
Oh, it's so dark. Oh.
All right, what do we think of Misadventure Falls?
It's a pretty good family raft ride as far as those go. It's not super duper thrilling like some of the round raft rides over at Volcano Bay. I think it's more fun if you've got 3 to 4 people you know.
Yeah, I think the fact that if you are in parties of less than 3, that you're going to be paired up, makes it a little bit less enjoyable just because, you know, you don't want to touch wet strangers.
It's not a huge raft.
And I'm a larger than average human, so...
Yeah. The guests we were with were very nice,
Very
don't get us
kind.
wrong, but it's just kind of, you're in bathing suits and, you know, so that also often has the longest line in the park just because it is the newest and one of the most popular attractions here. So if you do want to ride that one, recommend hitting that one early in the day or later in the day. And again, it's fun, don't get us wrong, and I like the animatronic, but
Oh, yeah, I do.
minus points for wet strangers.
All right, we have asked. Yeah, we're going to let this go.
No, I can't let it go.
We can't?
No, here's the, no.
Okay,
No.
okay.
First of all, this set of jaws was found on the beach. How are you finding the set of jaws on the beach? It doesn't lose its whole mouth.
It's the original owner of the teeth, like the
If
person
its
who...
original owner
Oh.
of it is still living in the waters, we haven't caught him. He's not alive. This is not a great white. This would be a megalodon. Do you see how big these jaws are? I fit inside of them. Bruce is 25 feet, which is big for a great white shark. But I've seen the real Bruce, and his jaws are like this big. So you're telling me that there's a shark this big living in Typhoon Lagoon? And now, a moment of silence, if you will, for Shark Reef. This is all that's left of her. There it is. It's a bunch of chairs. This used to be the water where you could swim with the sharks. And they've killed her for chairs. Also, this bar is where you'd pick up your snorkel and stuff. So, I do appreciate that it's a bar now at least, but at what cost?
Alrighty, up next is Humacalabanga. This is a 214-foot tube slide that hits 30 miles an hour and naturally has a 48-inch height requirement. I'm not gonna make you go on that. I'm not that evil.
Here's the thing. When you go on water slides, things ride up, things pop out, and that's easier for men. So you have fun and I'll film you on the ride.
Cool.
And here we have the influencer making his way to the tip top of the water slide experience. little a bit dazed and confused. Was it fun?
I mean, it's very fast. Quite literally, both speed-wise and for the time on the ride. I mean, it's just a fast water slide.
Next up, I'm gonna go on the storm slides, which go up to 20 miles an hour. These are also non-inner tube slides, like body slides, but this one, unlike the last one, is in an enclosed tube, so I can sit up and hope for no wardrobe malfunctions. I should also note the storm slides do not have a specific height requirement, but you need to be able to like go down the slide yourself and hold yourself in the right position and swim. So not little kids, probably.
How was it?
I have come to realize in my brief water slide, water park coverage, I prefer tube slides, like inner tube slides, with the exception, I do really like the big one in the volcano at Volcano Bay, because I think it's cool how high up you are and how quick you go down, but that's like ultimate wedgie. But generally speaking for me, I am more of a inner tube slide girly versus just my body. So that one to me, I wouldn't ride again especially if it had a long line. But the good thing about that one is it has a really cool queue and you get to get really close to the Miss Tilly, which is fun. Now we're headed on the Mountain Overlook Pass, which feels like you're getting in line for Humacalabanga, which is the slide Alan just did, but you can actually veer off. And it's a cool way to look at the Miss Tilly and take in some views of the park. So that way is Humacalabanga, but we're going this way. Mount Mayday is erupting, and that is what kicks off the giant waves in the giant wave pool. I do like the mountain trail, just because I think it's pretty when you get up there, and I like getting close to the Miss Tilly, because I think that's like a fun icon of the park.
That is a big bowl of people soup. Mm-hmm. We are now headed to the falls, and you might be saying, well, which falls, Alan? And there are really three options. You have Gangplank Falls, which is the family tube raft ride, and then you have Kall Falls and Mayday Falls. Both of those are single-person tube rides, but Mayday Falls is more intense, so naturally, that's the one we're going to. And on our way to Mayday Falls, we are passing Low Tide Lou's. This is another snack stand here in the park. You can pick up a chicken salad or a chicken wrap along with some other kids' meals. We also have some popcorn and perhaps an adult bevy should you so desire.
And speaking of adult bevies, one thing I do really like at the water parks are the draft beer cups. If you buy one of these very cute souvenir cups, you can refill it all day at a pretty solid discount. For the cup initially, it's $14.75 for premium or craft beer, $12.75 for domestic, and then it's $8.75 for the premium craft or $7.75 for the domestic refills, which is a pretty good deal if you're gonna have a beverage or two.
Speaking of beverages, they also have rapid fill stations, which have these special cups. It is $12.99 for 1 day and $8.50 for a 1-day mug reactivation should you have these mugs. And then you can enjoy refills of fountain beverages at any of the self-service beverage locations within Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. All talks of bevies aside, now we are headed to Mayday Falls.
Scratch that, we're doing Kall Falls.
While Kall Falls does not have a height requirement, you should be a strong swimmer and also be able to hold yourself upright in a seated position, so maybe no young kids. That was
a raft ride we did.
Yeah.
It was longer than I expected.
It was.
It's fun. I do think Mayday probably would be more fun, but I'm sorry, I'm not waiting 45 minutes going upstairs in the heat while chafing and carrying another tube.
And again, I think ways to avoid that are, one, if you do have slides that you want to prioritize, get here early and ride those rides then. When we first got here, the waits were maybe 5 to 15 minutes. And as the day has gone on, those wait times have increased.
I will also say the opposite advice of that is if it's busy during the middle part of the day, which it likely will be, they're gonna start dropping towards the latter part of the day as people go home from being in the sun all day.
Yeah.
Additionally, we're here on a weekend in the summer, so that's about as busy as it can get. So if you can try and do a weekday, that's a better choice. But I have to say it, this is where Universal wins big time with the Tapu Tapu and the conveyor belts for the slides. They took care of the problem of carrying your inner tube and waiting a long time.
Yep.
But now we've done a bunch of slides and I think it's time to get a snack.
Yep.
I also want to point out that right over here is Catch a Kitty Creek. This is your toddler little kid area. You have to be 48 inches or lower to go in there. So obviously we don't qualify. I'm also not going to go film over there because that is like creep level 5,000. But it's very cute little slides and splash pad areas for your toddlers and babies. Headed to get some lunch, but I did want to stop and point out the boardroom right here. Because one, that's a funny joke. And two, this is Laguna Gator's house. So there's lots of fun, cute details in there. There's Laguna Gator looking over his beautiful paradise. He's got all his instruments for cooking, fruit. I didn't know gators ate fruit, but okay. And I love all the signs. He's got a first aid kit because he knows safety begins with him. He's got like a sexy Gator magazine poster on the thing there. All right, Laguna Gator. And then here's his bed. He sleeps in a hammock, and I think that's kind of cute. I also like this poster right here for the beach gators. And they look like a really fun time. And Laguna Gator is singing lead vocals, good for him. Playing their greatest hits, 2 girls for every gator. The little gator from Pasadena, Gator Vibrations, and little surfer gator. So cold-blooded, they're hot. Love that it's Beach Boys nods there. And actually they're playing the Beach Boys as I'm right here. But this is cute, lots of detail. Most people don't know you can come over here and enjoy this. Also want to talk about one thing most people don't realize you can do is you can actually take surf lessons at Typhoon Lagoon and you can learn how to surf in the giant wave pool. Now it happens when the park's not open, but that's something I've never done in Disney World. So if we should do that at some point, let me know. But that's kind of a fun thing to learn how to surf right here. I've never gone surfing anywhere, to be clear, and I predict I'd be very bad at it. He's also got a poster for Bikini Beach Blanket Muscle Party Bingo, and these are nods to like the old beach movies of the 50s, and it stars Laguna Gator as Freddy. Wow, he is just so talented. And Annette Crocacello as BB. Hilarious. Annette Funicello joke right there. Look, I can go over here too. Oh, this must be where he keeps his surfboards. He's got some combs right there. He's got all kinds of surfboard equipment. Look at him. Look at him, just a gator with a hobby. Look, he's got a bag from Tropical Amity, which is the produce company that is at Crush and Gusher. Amity, as you know, means friendship. So that must be where he stole all this fruit from.
All right, welcome back to the Nicer Camera and Better Mic. We are here at Leaning Palms Resort Dining. This is the main quick service restaurant in Typhoon Lagoon, and they offer a variety of eats. Everything from a chicken and shrimp rice bowl to a Impossible Island burger for you non-meat eaters, bacon cheeseburger, pork elote nachos, a barbecue chicken flatbread. There are plenty of options here, and I'm looking forward to diving in. And for those who choose to imbibe, you can also grab some adult beverages here as well. All right, we have picked up our food haul. I myself have grabbed the bacon cheeseburger, and Molly has gotten the nachos. Now, they do offer mobile order. However, because of my allergy and me not knowing exactly what was in what, I went up and ordered from the cast member, talked with them about the allergy menu. They actually brought out an allergy specialist for me to make sure that there was no cross-contamination for my items. So, if you do have an allergy or a food-related concern, please do not hesitate to ask cast members. They are more than willing to help you. Cheeseburger. That is a theme park cheeseburger. I can tell this one was grilled fresh and prepared for me, which is very nice of them. Bun is, what do I have to say? It's nothing to write home about, but if you are craving a theme park cheeseburger or you have picky eaters in your party, this is right up your alley.
And these are the pork elote nachos. So they've got pork on them, elote queso, corn, salsa, jalapenos, guacamole. I thought this was a little bit more unique. One thing I think that Disney's water parks need to do is update their menus because it's kind of just traditional theme park food a lot of places. So So I was excited to see pork nachos because that feels a little bit more unusual. These are fine. They are better than ballpark nachos. I do like the elote queso. Elote is street corn, so it actually has some of that seasoning in the queso, which is nice. Little kick from the jalapenos. You could have asked them to hold those if you're spice adverse. These are fine nachos for a theme park, and I think better than probably a lot of the other stuff on the menu, which is, you know, their classic pizzas and cheeseburgers and chicken dinners.
All right, lunch consumed, belly's full. So we're gonna put this camera away and naturally go enjoy the lazy river.
The lazy river here at Typhoon is called Castaway Creek. And I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all. The lazy river is the best attraction at a water park, in my opinion. Because you get to just chill and float and relax. I also wanna know they do have complimentary life vests around, should your kiddos need them. And the best thing about the lazy river, it can be used as a mode of transportation around the park because there are 4 entrances located around Typhoon. So it's a fun way to get around and avoid chafing, which I'm always trying to do.
There you go. You got this.
Oh no, oh no.
You don't think this through, did you? I got you.
Alan is smarter than me.
Don't walk away from me!
Don't walk away from me! Separate. No, I'm not waving at you.
Hi.
No.
Hi.
Don't lose me. We've come across a run-aground lifeboat from the Happy Days Cruise Line. Happy Days Cruise Line. Doesn't look like it was that happy except for all that wine. Why are these boats not filled to capacity? I saw a boat go out with less than half. We weren't sure of the weight of the boat. They were tested in Belfast with the weight of 70 men. Now fill those boats.
Should have filled the boats.
I feel like Tyra Banks right now. I trusted you.
Oh, that's birthday.
So we just got off the lazy river and now it is time to go to Surf Doggies.
You said we were going to a bar.
Well, you don't want a hot dog? So we'll just continue the best day ever. You started with donuts,
Then
at a water park,
Yeah.
and hot dog. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna go to the bar.
Now there are several places around the park where you can grab a libation. The main bars, the biggest bars, are either over where Shark Reef was or right here on the cusp of the wave pool. This is Let's Go Slurping, which is a hilarious Beach Boys pun. They have a variety of frozen beverages, like the infamous Disney Pina Colada. They have margaritas, they have on the rocks cocktails as well. But I'm hoping they still have a secret menu item.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got the Sunset Margarita, which is made with Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Terramana, Blanco Tequila, Grand Marnier Liqueur, chili bitters, agave, and lime juice. Cheers. It is a decent margarita. It's a little bit sweeter than I would prefer. There's probably a good amount of agave in there, which I don't care for. I also don't love Grand Marnier in margarita, so I probably should have asked her to omit that. But it's a fine on the rocks margarita, and it's giving me the courage to go to the wave. What did you get?
I picked up the frozen lemonade sweet tea with vodka. Tito's vodka, to be specific. I'm worried this is gonna be too sweet. Those worries were pretty well-founded. Oh, but it's tart on the back end. I think the most dangerous part about this is that you only taste the Arnold Palmer. You don't taste the Tito's. If you are a fan of sweet frozen beverages, This is gonna be right up your alley, and it's gonna be different than like a Miami Vice or a tropical beverage that you could get. And if you're a fan of Arnold Palmer's, this is what to get on this very hot day to refresh yourself.
Also, they no longer offer the secret menu cocktail, which was a blue curacao margarita, so you could probably just ask for that, but just letting you know.
And for our final attraction, event, water experience of the day, we are headed to the wave pool. Now, this is the largest wave pool in North America and can have swells of up to 6 feet. So I can't wait to be tossed about like a rag doll. Here we go.
This is an extra large bowl of people soup.
Yep. People gumbo.
Pick your soup of choice. Oh, here it comes. That wave wasn't that big and everyone is booing it.
Boo, water.
Boo the water. You did bad, water. That's a big boy. Look alive, Ellen. Ellen.
Well, we got rocked by a couple waves.
If you ever wanted to feel like you're drowning,
This is the place to do it.
boy, do I have an attraction for you.
Yeah. I think that is enough of the water today, though.
I think so too. Now, I will say, jokes aside about the wave pool, it is very fun. I remember being a kid and loving the wave pool because I love kind of like just letting the wave take you and seeing how far it'll take you and bouncing around and such. But she's intense, so just beware.
But I think now it's time to do the most important thing here at Typhoon Lagoon.
I have to agree. Ice cream pail sundae. Now, previously, this came in just a boring green bucket, but now it comes in this very cute bucket and it's got Minnie and the Miss Tilly and Mickey and some of the little guys from Blizzard Beach and Ice Gator. No Laguna Gator though. Anyway, thank you.
Welcome.
It's soft serve ice cream, chocolate vanilla swirl, caramel, chocolate, Oreo pieces, waffle cone pieces, whipped cream, sprinkles, cherries. What else could you want?
Cheers. Yeah. Perfect way to end the day with dairy rather than starting with dairy.
Although if you start with it, you could play with the pail in the sand, your kids could. It's simple, but it's cute, and it's delicious. And after tax, this bad boy costs $20, but since we saved $8 on each of our tickets, that means it costs $4. Girl math. You can get this bad boy at Happy Landings, which is an ice cream shop right near Leaning Palms. They also have classic Dole Whip, other soft serve, and some brownie sundae, but simple, delicious treats.
Well, that brings us to an end of our day here at Typhoon Lagoon. What'd you think?
It's not a secret that I'm not a water park person.
Yeah?
So any water park is not where I'm gonna choose to spend a day on vacation. If I wanted a water-themed day, I'd be going to a pool at a resort. That said, I do think there are some fun things here at Typhoon Lagoon. I think Crush and Gusher is definitely my favorite. That's legitimately a very fun attraction and one I would go on multiple times if I was here. I thought Misadventure Falls was fun as far as raft rides go, and I always enjoy a spin on a lazy river.
Yeah, I agree. I'll just sort of +1 all of those sentiments. I will add, though, I do enjoy the wave pool. I think it's a ton of fun. I don't know, there's just something about trying to ride that wave, which really gets me. I think, I will say, Typhoon Lagoon is certainly more of a family-oriented water park than, say, Volcano Bay. Volcano Bay has more height requirements on their slides. They are more thrilling and clearly geared towards an older kid, teenager audience. So if you got older kids or teens, that's probably the park you want to take them to. Families with younger kids, Typhoon Lagoon is your place.
I will say, I think overall, Volcano Bay is a better experience just with the tapu and the not carrying your inner tube. They have better food, but I expected us to wait in longer lines today. We just bypassed the few rides that had longer lines. And again, you can skip waiting in those longer lines by not coming on a weekend, by going on the rides early or later in the day. And we didn't wait more than like 5 or so minutes, 10 minutes to ride anything. So it was a pretty successful day. ultimately, I think if you're looking for something to do on a not theme park day and you're a water park person, or you want to take advantage of the Florida weather, which keep in mind during rainy season, that could ruin your water park day. But I think you will have a nice time at Typhoon Lagoon. And don't forget, resort guests, Disney World resort guests, starting next year, you get to come here on your check-in day. So that could be a fun thing to maybe get a little bit early of a flight and kick off your vacation right here, or Blizzard.
Yeah, all that's left now is Blizzard Beach.
I actually do think I like Blizzard Beach more than here. So I guess when it reopens, if you want us to do this there, let us know. And hey, thank you again to Undercover Tourist for sponsoring today's video. You can save, again, not only on single day water park tickets, but on your Walt Disney World resort stays, as well as multi-day tickets where you add the water park option and much more.
In the meantime, friends, please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you are new, follow us on all of our socials, and if you'd like to join with the Man Fam in the conversation about this or any of our other videos, please join us on Discord. Links for all that are down below.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
And I'm Alan.
And it has been mostly magical, but a little wet.
It's been crushing and gushing.
It's been Typhoon Lagoonin'.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, you crushed it. You did a great job.
It's been a time. Leaving the park, and guess who it was? Stitch. That silly rascal.